Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the another colligative property of solutions. Already we have discussed different types of colligative properties of dilute solutions, such as relative lowering of vapor pressure, and second one what we have taken elevation in boiling point, and third one is depression in freezing point, and the fourth one is what osmotic pressure. The first one we have discussed relative lowering of vapor pressure, otherwise lowering in vapor pressure. Okay, so lowering in vapor pressure or relative lowering of vapor pressure, anyone is same. And the second colligative property is that elevation in boiling point. What is second one? Elevation in boiling point. So boiling point is elevated, meaning what here? It is increased or decreased? The boiling point will be decreased or increased. It will be increased. The boiling point of a given solvent increases, elevates when we add a non-volatile solute. Suppose you take water. Water is volatile solvent. Water is volatile solvent. To this volatile solvent, suppose when we add non-volatile solute such as glucose, in that case, what happens now? The boiling point of water, the boiling point of solvent increases. Now the solution formed, glucose solution formed will have more boiling point than the pure water. Understood here? So what we are taking here in this example, what we are taking, suppose water. So what is the boiling point of water? Boiling point of water is 100 degree Celsius. We know this. So water plus glucose, it is glucose. To the water, what we have added, glucose we have added. It is non-volatile solute. Non-volatile solute we have added. So when we add non-volatile solute to water, to the volatile solvent, what we get here? Glucose solution we get. Glucose solution. This glucose solution will have more boiling point than the boiling point of water. Now here boiling point of glucose solution. Boiling point of glucose solution is more than what? 100 degrees Celsius. Greater than 100 degrees Celsius. That means what here? The boiling point of solvent, water, has been elevated, has been increased. So this is called elevation in boiling point. It is another colligative property. Now see, the boiling point of a liquid is the temperature at which its vapor pressure, means the vapor pressure of liquid, is equal to the atmospheric pressure. What is atmospheric pressure? Atmospheric pressure is equal to what? 1 atm. 1 atm is equal to how many mm? 760 mm. 1 atm is equal to 760 mm. That means if you take water, suppose when you are going on heating water, the vapor pressure of water will increase. When we heat the water, what happens? The water absorbs the heat energy, and on increasing temperature, the vapor pressure of water will be going on increasing. When the vapor pressure of water becomes equal to 760 mm of mercury, that is, whenever the vapor pressure of liquid becomes equal to 1 atm or 760 mm, now the liquid starts boiling. The liquid starts what? Boiling. And the temperature is called what? Boiling temperature. That is what? Boiling temperature. Next, the vapor pressure of a liquid is lowered. The vapor pressure is lowered when a non-volatile solute is added to it. Whenever we add glucose, non-volatile solute, to water, what happens now? The vapor pressure of water will be decreased. Vapor pressure of water will be decreased. Whenever vapor pressure of water is decreased, okay, it will take more time to reach what? 760 mm. Okay, it will take more time for the water to what you get what? 760 mm, 180. That's why the boiling point of solution formed will be more than the boiling point of pure water. So what happened here? The vapor pressure of liquid is lowered, means decreased, when a non-volatile solute is added to it. Hence, the temperature of the solution when its vapor pressure will be equal to atmospheric pressure will be higher than what? The temperature of the pure solvent. Okay. Now what you have to understand is that pure solvent water has 100 degrees Celsius boiling point. Now, when we add glucose to it, what happens now? The vapor pressure of water will be decreased. Whenever vapor pressure of water decreases, okay, now the difference between 760 mm and the vapor pressure of water will be more. The difference between atmospheric pressure and the vapor pressure decreased of water will be more gap, more difference is there now. That's why more temperature should be raised. The more heat energy is required to make what? The vapor pressure of liquid water equal to the vapor pressure of air. That means what? Atmospheric pressure. That's why whenever we add non-volatile solute to volatile solvent, the vapor pressure of the volatile solvent decreases and hence the boiling point increases. Now, how the vapor pressure decrease, lowering of vapor pressure and this elevation in boiling point related directly. Okay, so elevation in boiling point will be more when lowering of vapor pressure is less. Elevation in boiling point will be greater when the lowering in vapor pressure is greater. And now if you take what now? Glucose solution and pure water. Which one has more boiling point? The glucose solution has more boiling point and the pure solvent water has less boiling point. Now the difference, how to take difference in boiling points? The boiling point of solution minus the boiling point of pure solvent is equal to the change in boiling point, the difference in boiling point. Okay. Next, in other words means whenever vapor pressure is lowered, boiling point elevates. In other words, the boiling point of the solvent is elevated. Elevated means what? Increased. Elevated means increased. By the addition of what? Non-volatile solute. Non-volatile solute, what I have told? Examples, urea. Okay. Next, glucose. Next, sucrose. Examples, these three examples remember for time being. Sucrose means sugar. Sugar, glucose, urea. These all are what? Non-volatile solutes. Now, the difference in the boiling point of the solution. The difference in the boiling point of the solution and what? The boiling point of pure solvent and the boiling point of pure solvent. So this difference is called elevation in boiling point. Elevation in boiling point. The difference in the boiling point of the solution and the boiling point of pure solvent is termed as what? Is termed as elevation of boiling point. Elevation in the boiling point. Okay. So now elevation of boiling point is represented by delta T. We write delta TB also. Delta TB. Subscript is what? B here. B for boiling. Okay. TB means what? Boiling temperature. Only TB means what here? Boiling temperature. TB means boiling temperature. And delta TB means what? Delta TB indicates what? Elevation in boiling temperature. Elevation in boiling point. So elevation in boiling point is equal to what? Boiling point of the solution minus boiling point of pure solvent. Boiling point of solution minus what? Boiling point of pure solvent. This difference is called what? Elevation in boiling point. Elevation in boiling point. Next, this can be better understood by plotting a graph of vapor pressure against what? The temperature. Okay, vapor pressure versus temperature graphs will give us understand about what now here? The elevation in boiling point for a pure solvent. And two solutions of different concentrations. And two solutions of different concentrations we take here. Two solutions of different concentrations and pure solvent. Pure solvent, solution 1, solution 2 will be taken here in the graph. And we are plotting the graph of what versus what? Vapor pressure versus what now here? Temperature. Okay. So next what we have to understand is that the curves of the solution always lie below the curve of the pure solvent. Okay. Once try to understand the graph here. Here what we have taken, see the vapor pressure versus what? Temperature. It is vapor pressure and it is temperature. Okay. Now here suppose you have taken what now here? A, B, C. Okay. Now what is this here? Atmospheric pressure. P naught is what? Atmospheric pressure. What is the value of atmospheric pressure? 1 atm is equal to 760 mm. 1 atm is equal to what now? 760 mm is what now? Atmospheric pressure. Now here it is pure solvent. It is what now here? The value of what? The value of pure solvent means vapor pressure of pure solvent. And it is what now here? Vapor pressure of solution 1. This vapor pressure of solution 2. Vapor pressure of solution 1, vapor pressure of solution 2, vapor pressure of pure solvent. Okay. So now here what we have to understand is that, so when you take solvent here, the solvent has certain vapor pressure initially. The solvent has certain vapor pressure. When you are increasing temperature, when you increase the temperature of the solvent, what happens now? Vapor pressure of solvent will be increasing like this. Vapor pressure of solvent will be increasing. And vapor pressure of solvent becomes equal to what? The atmospheric pressure. This value is what? Atmospheric pressure. This value is what? Atmospheric pressure. So now what happens now? The solvent vapor pressure becomes equal to atmospheric pressure at one particular temperature. At one particular temperature T0. T0 is what now here? The boiling temperature of pure solvent. What is T0 here? Boiling point of pure solvent. Boiling point of pure solvent it is T0. Is that clear? Next, initially the solution 1 has this much vapor pressure. Now when you are increasing temperature, what is happening? The vapor pressure of this solution 1 is increasing. Vapor pressure increasing. Whenever vapor pressure is increasing, at one point, at one temperature, what happens now? The vapor pressure of solution 1 becomes equal to atmospheric pressure. The vapor pressure of solution 1 becomes equal to what now here? The vapor pressure of solution 1 becomes equal to what here? Atmospheric pressure. Now what we have to understand here, this is atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure. Okay. And whenever it becomes equal atmospheric pressure, that value is called what now here? That is called what? Boiling point of solution 1. What is here? BP of solution 1. Boiling point of solution 1 is this one here. At this boiling point, what happened now? The vapor pressure of solution 1 became equal to atmospheric pressure. Okay. Next, you see. Next one, solution 2 we have taken. Initially, solution 2 has some vapor pressure. Okay. When you increase temperature on the x-axis, what is happening? The vapor pressure of solution 2 is increasing. The vapor pressure of solution 2 is increasing. And at one temperature called T2, what happened? The vapor pressure of solution 2 has become equal to the vapor pressure of air, means atmospheric pressure. That means what now here? This temperature T2 is called what? The boiling point of solution 2. Boiling point of solution 2 or boiling temperature of solution 2. Like this, the boiling point of solution 1, boiling point of solution 2 and boiling point of pure solvent we have understood. Now if you take solution 1 and pure solvent, which one has more boiling point? The solution 1 has more boiling point. Now difference how to take T1 minus T0. T1 minus T0 will give elevation in boiling point. Elevation of boiling point. Similarly, T2 minus T0. T2 minus T0 also will give elevation of boiling point. This way we have to understand what now here? The elevation in boiling point and elevation in what here? Elevation boiling point of solution 1, elevation in boiling point of solution 2 and elevation in boiling point of solvent. Always whenever we increase temperature, the boiling temperature of solution will be greater than what? The boiling temperature of solvent. Okay. So this point we have to understand here. Now see here. Now by plotting the vapor pressure against temperature of a pure solvent, we will get what now here? The plots of what here? Vapor means what here? Boiling point relationship between vapor pressure. So when you add non-volatile solute to solvent, what happens now? Vapor pressure will be lowered and also the boiling point will be elevated. That point we have to understand. So in the graph now here, the line P0C represents the atmospheric pressure. The line P0C represents what here? Atmospheric pressure. So P0 versus C. P0 versus C, this one, this line. This line is what P0 versus C is what now here? Atmospheric pressure. Okay. Next, T naught. T naught is what here? T naught is boiling point of pure solvent. T naught is what ma? Boiling point of pure solvent. T1 is boiling point of temperature. T2 is boiling point of solution respectively. Next, the vapor pressure of pure solvent, solution 1 and solution 2 at given temperature T naught will be P naught. At what here? What here? Given temperature P1 is what now here? Vapor pressure of solution 1. P2 is what? Vapor pressure of solution 2. So P2 is what here? Vapor pressure of solution 2. And P naught is what? P naught is vapor pressure of pure solvent. And P1 is what? Automatically understood that P1 is the vapor pressure of solution 1. So it's about now a plot of what now here? Vapor pressure against temperature. Now, assuming that solutions are very dilute, the solutions are very dilute, you take. These curves may be approximately taken as straight lines. Okay, instead of slight curves, these lines will be taken as what? Straight lines. So near the boiling point, thus angle ACE, triangle ACE, triangle ACE means this one here, a triangle ACE, imagine here, in this a triangle ACE. So triangle ACE is one, and also ABD, two imagine here, ABD is one triangle, ACE take as one triangle. Yeah, these curves you take as straight lines almost. When they will be straight lines? If the solution is very dilute. Imagine that the solution taken is very dilute, and these curves you take as straight lines. Then here two triangles we can imagine, ACE and ABD. ABD. What is said here? See, triangle ACE and triangle ABD are similar. If the solution is what? Very dilute. Therefore, AC by AB is equal to AE by AD. What is here? AC by AB. Here AC by AB. AC by AB. AC by AB is equal to AE by AD. AC by AE is equal to AB by AD. That point we have to understand. Okay. So this way, now what we have to understand here, see. Now here, see. AC by AB is equal to what? AC by AB is equal to AE by AD. Then here T2 minus T naught, T2 minus T naught by T1 minus T naught, T2 minus T naught, T2 minus T naught by T1 minus T naught is equal to what? P naught minus P2, P naught minus P2 by P naught minus P1. If you take vapor pressures, if you take vapor pressures here, P naught value is greater than what? Very greater than P2. And if you take vapor pressure of these two, here P naught will be greater than P1. But if you take temperatures, T2 value will be very greater than T naught here. And T1 value, boiling temperature of solution 1 has greater boiling point than what? T naught. The differences we are taking here, T2 minus T naught by T1 minus T naught. So you say take graph here. So T2 minus T naught, T2 minus T naught is equal to what here? P naught minus P2. P naught minus here. See this line touching here. This T naught line is touching here. T naught line. So you take P2 here. Okay. And T2 line is touching what? P naught. T2 line touching what? P naught. Then a P2 minus P naught or P naught minus P2. Which one is greater on y-axis? P naught value greater than what? P2 value. That's what we take. P naught minus P2. So here T2 minus T naught, greater value T2 here, lesser value T naught on x-axis. So T2 minus T naught is equal to what more? P naught minus P2. Okay. Similarly, T1 minus T naught, is equal to what now? T1 line is touching what? This one, P naught. And next one, T naught is touching what? P2. Okay. So this way we have to take what now here? See? T2 minus T naught by T1 minus T0 is equal to P0 minus P2, P0 minus P1. Okay. Therefore, the difference is what now this one elevation. Elevation in case of solution 2. Elevation of boiling point in case of solution 1 is equal to delta P2, that is lowering of vapor pressure in case of solution 2, lowering of vapor pressure in case of solution 1. Delta P2 is what? Lowering of vapor pressure in the formation of lowering of vapor pressure in the formation of what? In the formation of solution. In the formation of solution 2. Okay. And what is this here? P1 is what? Delta P1 is what? Lowering of vapor pressure in the formation of solution 1. And T2 is what? Elevation of boiling point. Elevation of boiling point in the formation of solution 2. And delta T1 is what? Elevation of boiling point in case of what? First solution in the formation of solution 1. And delta T2 is also what? Elevation of boiling point in the formation of solution 2. Now from this we have understood, see, delta T2 by T1 is equal to delta P2 by delta P1. So here T2 T2, P1 P1. In the numerator T2 T2 there, in the denominator 1 1 there. That means what here? Delta T, elevation in boiling point, is directly proportional to lowering of vapor pressure. Elevation in boiling point is directly proportional to lowering of what? Vapor pressure. Lowering of vapor pressure. Is that clear, ma? So lowering of vapor pressure and elevation in boiling point. How these two properties are related to each other? They are directly proportional to each other. Next here. So now here P0 minus PS is what? Lowering of vapor pressure. LVP. Lowering of vapor pressure. So lowering of vapor pressure is what? P0 minus PS. The solution will have lower vapor pressure. The solvent, pure solvent, has greater vapor pressure. Now solvent vapor pressure minus solution vapor pressure is called lowering of vapor pressure, is equal to what here? WB, weight of solute, by gram molecular weight of solute into molecular weight of solvent by weight of solvent into P0. Generally, we know relative lowering of vapor pressure in RLVP. What we know formula? P0. So P0 minus PS, P0 minus PS by again P0 is equal to what now here? Number of moles of solute by number of moles of solvent. Okay, that is equal to what? Number of moles of solute means what? Weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into, here in the denominator what is there? Weight of solvent, WA by MA. WA by MA will be inverted here, MA by WA. So this is the formula here. So what is this? P0 minus PS by P0 is equal to what? WB by MB into MA by WA. What is WA here? Weight of solvent. Weight of solvent. What is MB here? Gram molecular weight of solute. Gram molecular weight of solute. What is MA here? M subscript A is what? Gram molecular weight of solvent. And WB is what? Weight of solute. A B for solute, A for solvent. Small m is gram molecular weight, W is weight. Okay. So now from this formula, here this P0 you take on the right hand side. P0 you take right side. Then it will be WB by MB. See, WB by MB, WB divided by MB into MA by WA into P0. So this formula we have taken. So lowering of vapor pressure is equal to this one. Now for the pure solvent, P0 and MB are constants. Now P0 value means what now here? The vapor pressure of pure solvent will be always constant at a given temperature. Always this value, P0 value, will be constant for a given solvent. And also gram molecular weight of solute. Gram molecular weight of solvent it is, not MA here. It will be what now? MA. MA will be constant. MA is what, ma? Gram molecular weight of what? Solvent. For given solvent water, always the gram molecular weight will be what now? 18 only. For any solute, when you dissolve in water, the gram molecular weight of water will be constant. and the vapor pressure of pure water also will be constant. So P naught value and MA both will be constants. Therefore, now what we write, lowering of vapor pressure, P naught minus PS is called what? Lowering of vapor pressure. Means vapor pressure of pure solvent minus vapor pressure of solution is directly proportional to here WB by MB WA. This one. WB MB WA. This one. Here MA constant and P naught constant. That's why we have taken WB by MB WA. So like this, P naught minus PS is lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute, and WA is what? Weight of solvent. Weight of solvent. Now here, this is what now lowering of vapor pressure, delta P. Delta P means what? P naught minus PS. Lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to what? Weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into weight of solvent. So this way we have take what now here the formula for LVP. LVP stands for lowering of vapor pressure. And we also understood that the lowering of vapor pressure, is directly proportional to elevation of boiling point. Delta T is what here? Elevation of boiling point. Elevation of boiling point, right, ma? Now here, this delta P is proportional to WB by MB WA means delta T also, elevation of boiling point also directly proportional to WB by MB WA, remember. Therefore, delta T is equal to here, proportionality symbol is there. So we have written one proportionality constant. Delta T, that is elevation of boiling point, is equal to some proportionality constant K into WB, weight of solute, by gram molecular weight of solute into WA, weight of solvent, where K is what? Constant, proportionality constant, which is called depression constant. What is this called? Depression constant or elevation constant here. In this case, it is elevation constant. Elevation constant. Why it is elevation constant? The boiling point is elevated here. The boiling point of solvent is elevated by adding what? Non-volatile solute. So elevation constant. When WB by MB is equal to 1, that is 1 mole. 1 mole of solute we have taken. Here weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute, both same, suppose. Example you take here. Example 180 grams of glucose by 180 gram per mole. So what is glucose gram molecular weight? 180. So given weight of glucose is 180, suppose. 180 grams of glucose. Given weight by gram molecular weight. How many moles it is? 1 mole. This is equal to 1 mole glucose. That is, if the number of moles of solute is 1, that is weight of solute by gram molecular weight solute, both are same, suppose. In that case, 1 mole of solute is taken and WA is taken 1 gram, suppose. WA is taken 1 gram. In that case, delta T is equal to K. Okay, so WA means this one. This one, suppose 1 gram you take. Suppose 1 gram here. Then delta T is equal to K into this WB by MB also 1. WB by MB 1 and WA also 1 gram we have taken. In that case, delta T becomes equal to what? The constant K. Delta T is equal constant. And now, if we take here, if WB by MB, weight of solute by gram molecular weight is equal to 1, that means 1 mole solute. That is 1 mole solute we have taken. So 1 mole solute is taken and weight of solvent is what? 1000 grams. It is weight of solvent. So weight of solvent is how much now? Weight of solvent is 1000 grams and number of moles of solute 1 mole, suppose. In this case now here 1 mole is taken. 1 mole of solute is taken and 1000 grams of water is taken. In this case, delta T equals to K by 1000. K by 1000. Here in this formula, what is taken here? This one is taken what? 1000 grams they have taken. 1000 grams of solvent is taken. And WB by MB 1 mole. WB by MB what? 1 mole. Here 1 mole by WA, how much we have taken? 1000 grams we have taken. Then K by 1000. Delta T equals to what? K by 1000 it becomes. Delta T equals to what, ma? Elevation in boiling point equals to what? K by 1000. Okay, this is called KB. What is called? KB. Okay, AB. And KB is called what now here? KB is called molal elevation constant. What is called? Molal elevation constant. Molal elevation constant. Up to this, you keep in mind. Okay. Bye. Good day.